Dummies. Hey, everybody, it's me, Matt.
Hey, everybody, it's Kat.
Welcome back to Salem University. Honestly, we have no clue at all what happened. And the
No.
funny part is, we were talking for half an hour. Didn't even notice. We've been
Yeah.
chit-chatting about the show, doing jokes, telling stories, talking about lizard and eggs. I don't know if that made it onto the thing or not. But yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know that we had stopped broadcasting until I looked down to see how long we had been broadcasting, and then I saw 000, and I went, this doesn't make any sense.
And y'all hadn't said anything in a while.
And then I looked at the chat, and nobody had said anything in forever. And I'm like, okay, we're not on. And then I looked on YouTube, and we weren't on anymore, and I have no clue whatsoever what happened. I didn't get an error. I didn't get a pop-up. I didn't even get a little sound or anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Jeannie's back. Hi, Jeannie. Thanks for coming back. She's
Yeah.
ready to spend time
that
with us.
messed up our flow big time.
I mean, I don't, like, goodness gracious. I have no idea what we said after minute 16. We talked about Tate and Sophia. We talked about Kristen, Ava, EJ. We talked about Crazy Connie.
A little bit.
You know, oh my goodness, we discussed at length John Black, and now all of it is gone. Hey, James is here, and he said it's happened to him too before. No explanation.
Well,
You know,
that's
an internet hiccup, a temporary dip in power for my computer, something. An airplane flew at the just right thing to block the internet satellite or whatever it might be. Got in the way. I don't know.
No, well, hopefully that don't happen anymore today.
I hope that doesn't happen anymore today because we got a big day. We got 10th floor coming up at 11, and we also at 1:30 trying to get it done before James is on. For his GH Mini Spotlight, we're having a big old soap party. Fido, Xavier, and Julie Dove are going to join us here on this channel to celebrate the historical week that it is here in Soapland.
Yeah.
You know, bringing in people who've worked for soaps and have also loved soaps their entire lives to come talk about this huge week that
It's
we've
a huge
had.
week in soap opera land. Yeah, it is.
A big old week. I don't have the strongest signal. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Hey, Sandra. But yeah, we're having Fido on, we're having Julie Dove on, and we're gonna have a little soap celebration. We're gonna talk about the debut of the Gates. We're gonna talk about the suds of the Union address, the lather of the Union. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a good time. So hopefully we don't have a little internet dip there and get kicked
I know.
off as
You
well.
better watch that. You better watch that timer and see that it's not
It's still
sitting.
going. It's still going, and I have a strong a strong signal now. So
Oh,
hey.
goody.
Okay, anyway, Michelle's here, James is here, Sandra's here, Jeannie's here. Hopefully Jenny comes back. Hopefully LaShun comes back. Because,
Hopefully.
you know, those were our students this week. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, let's take it back to the top. All right, Leo's back to the Spectator. What else was going to happen? It's going to be fine. Leo himself is a very flighty man when it comes to his brain. He can't focus on one thing unless it's a keyboard in front of him. I guess he can get to the end of a great article. Did you guys hear about Dougie 3? We talked about Dougie 3 and how he was on Girl Meets World. Probably didn't get that.
Probably not. Yeah, Matt recognized.
Oh my God. What time, Michelle? Starting at 1:30. We're going to do our best to not step on a James too much, but it's probably going to happen a little bit. But, you know, flip back and forth. Have two windows open, two browser windows open. Or maybe us on your phone and then GH Mini Spotlight on your computer. You know, do what you can.
Do what you can.
But yeah, it's going to be 1:30 Pacific time for the soap party.
Yeah.
So join us for that. Join us for that. Okay, all right. So, gosh, we talked about Brady, Kristen, and Ava and how CPS is going to take these babies away if they can't get it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And well, they were pretty forceful about that. I mean, they pretty much told him, yeah, we will take her away. One more thing. One more thing.
And
And
then
I
he
think
go, well, I didn't do it.
I think Ava for Brady is probably going to keep her mouth shut.
I think so too. I think
she's going to keep her mouth shut, and then
Because-
her revenge is going to be personal.
Because the story that can only be told to the cops is Rachel Black sent me text messages, lured me to this location, and then her grandma, Rachel Blake, held me here. Kristen got involved later on,
Yep.
which is a problem for her. Brady was never involved.
Nope.
But
never
from
knew.
the eyes of CPS, they're going to see that the raising of this child by Kristen and Brady has led to a 9-year-old kidnapping.
Yes.
So,
And they're also really concerned that she somehow would be prosecuted too. And wind up in the juvie.
I could see it. I don't think she would be tried in as an adult or anything like that, but I could totally see her getting 6 months of like lockup and extreme therapy.
Yeah. And maybe sent to some kind of group home for young
I got the perfect home
criminals.
for her. Johnny and Chanel.
They don't want an old baby.
They want a new, fresh baby, a young baby,
Yeah.
a baby.
Actually, I don't think Chanel's 100% on board for an adoption.
No,
No,
you just
not
kind of feel a
100%.
little hesitation in her delivery,
A little bit.
a little bit there. Where she's like, I don't know.
I think adopting Tate and Sophia's baby is just too messy. It's too close.
It is very
Like
close.
they were
It
talking
is
about
very
having
close.
an open adoption and stuff like that. Well, I don't think Amy Cho wants that either, because that would
Gotta make sure you say her name right. She's Choi, because Cho is
Choi.
definitely not Korean.
Choi.
Choi.
Rhymes with boy. Okay, Choi.
Yeah. So I mean, well, on one hand, Amy seems to be happy or into the idea of the baby being close by.
Yes.
I don't know. It's super messy. They probably won't wind up with the kid anyway. Or if they do wind up with the kid, then Chanel will get pregnant. Now they'll be like, "Do we still want this kid?
Yeah.
Is it a wrong conversation to have, Johnny? I don't know if it's a wrong conversation to have."
I think Chanel will get pregnant as well, especially since she just had that procedure.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get pregnant on, like they're going to try to wait, but they're not going to wait.
Right. They're gonna be like, "Well, what are you gonna do? Get pregnant?"
Exactly.
Right. And then she does.
You don't have to wear that this time. I'm not saying that.
gosh.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. What'd you think of Rita with Rafe this week? Rita is
Rita-
also an accessory to this crime.
yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, she's funny.
She's so
Rita's funny.
She really is.
She really is. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the commentary. She's funny.
You
She
know
was
who
great.
you know who I saw her compared to on the internet, which was kind of funny, was the church lady.
Well, isn't
kinda
that
looks like her, too.
special?
From Dana Carvey.
All right, Dana Carvey. I know. I don't know what you're up to, but it's probably not much. You're just living off of your money that you made, being Garth Algar from Wayne's World. Oh, you also played Joe Biden recently on Saturday Night Live. Good casting. Good casting.
That was good casting.
Come on, hang out in Days of Our Lives. All right. If you're a famous actor, and you're not up to much anymore, Days of Our Lives is waiting for you. Just talk to Dick Van Dyke. Just talk to Dick Van Dyke. He had a great time.
Yeah, he did.
We'll have a great time with you too, Dana Carvey. Come on down. Can you imagine a scene between Leo and Dana Carvey?
I think Dana Carvey lives in the Bay somewhere.
Can Dana Carvey just come in as Dana Carvey? Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Rita loves a taser.
But doesn't you think about Rita and you think about the church lady Dana, they do kind of remind
Yeah. Totally. Jeannie says, funny how we didn't see how Rafe ended up with the injection. We're just going to have to make it up ourselves. There was a struggle, and he lost. He got jabbed, he passed out, and he woke up, and his memories were fading.
Right.
And now he
He
can't
don't
remember
know.
nothing.
He don't know nothing.
He's got the same condition Mom and I have, the CRS,
Yeah.
where you can't remember schnit.
And that's exactly what the drug was called that they injected him with.
CRS. It's because that's what it means. Come on, Days of Our Lives, you're so great. Same condition as us.
Night.
Can't remember schnit. Oh God, no, we cannot. Cannot remember it at all. Oh gosh, so Rafe doesn't remember anything either, and I don't know if it's going to take another injection or time, or he's just never going to remember. I don't know if Jada's going to lie.
Marlena Evans is what it's going to take.
She's going to be very distracted. Um, I mean, and now we get into, we're going to figure out that Rafe is Rafe again. Right? Or not, because they did the DNA and they're not going to assume that Arnold was switched out again.
Right.
Just after the hair was taken. By the way, Arnold has no spine with Gabby, and I loved that. Because, Rafe will buck up and then somebody will be like, all right, you crazy ass, right? But not Gabby. Gabby's like, no. And he's like, oh, God. like, just standing up to a bully, right? It just goes to show that Arnold...
Arnold does not know what to do with a woman unless he's trying to bet her in some way or talk down to her or something like that.
Even then,
and Gabby is supposed to be his sister. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to interact.
No. Especially since he thinks she's hot. And then
got a creepy hug from her brother. She said so.
Yeah. And on top of that too, like he just doesn't have a spine. Arnold doesn't have a spine. We know that, and it was just fun to see. The classic bully thing where, well, I'm gonna say something rude to try to get this person off, and then go, no. And he's like, well, I don't know what to do next. I'm leaving. Ow.
Well, who knows? EJ sent him off to Siberia or something.
I know. So Rita with her union, with her taser.
Right.
Rita with her taser. She loves that thing, according to the chat.
Oh, it was funny. And you know what? And Galen he kind of sold that tasering too. He sold it pretty good.
I think he had a lot of fun playing Arnold. I do.
I think he did too.
You know how I was saying about how I was saying about enthusiasm. The people who are watching the podcast don't know what I was saying about enthusiasm. But Galen, he's kept his enthusiasm for the whole thing. I haven't seen any sort of dip in interest. Any sort of relaxing behind the eyes, any sort of just kind of like doing it because that's what we're doing today. I haven't seen any of that from Galen. He's been fully engaged with the content they've been giving him, from getting knocked over the head by Connie or stabbed or whatever it was, to being swapped out by Arnold and having a good time playing this Arnold, let me tell you. All right? Boy, am I a piece of work.
He has been funny. He has been funny. I'm glad Arnold's gone because he is such a creep.
And if he's gone, then what a way to finish it. It's done.
Just like Day style. Yeah. Send him to I don't know, Aramid for a couple years or whatever.
Maybe this Arnold has gone off into the ether again, like last time. Oh, he died in prison. Oh, he just happened to die. Oh, he's just gone. Now he's just taken away like Stefan.
Yep.
Exactly. Who knows where he's at? We don't.
And it takes harebrained. I'm sorry, but it takes harebrained Stephanie to put that together.
Well, somebody was bound to be like, this feels like Arnold. Somebody was bound to it. But then also that's also revelatory for me because we're dummies. We haven't watched a show for a long time. I had no idea Stephanie's been on for so long.
No. And she got the creepsters from Arnold before, and that's what set her off.
And it was and Arnold was on like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still Abigail Klein or if it was a different Stephanie back then or what, but the character of Stephanie's been around for a long frickin' time, and I didn't realize that she didn't go to college somewhere and then come back within the last 5, So it's just interesting because I say all of this because I don't know anything that Stephanie was up to before starting Days of Our Lives.
Well, the actor, she used to be a Cowboys cheerleader.
Oh, well, that's neat.
I've seen a trading card of her.
Oh, it's like a Cowboys, not the Raiders.
No, Cowboys cheerleader.
Cowboys from Dallas.
I believe it was Cowboys.
Well, that's really cool. I think who was a Raiderette? Somebody was a Raiderette.
And then who was a Raiderette?
Paul Abdul. I don't know.
Well, I know somebody. I went to high school with a 49er cheerleader. Anyway, Stephanie, well, I guess she's older than we thought.
Yeah, she must be like mid late 30s.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
older
know.
than.
It's hard to tell because of swords. Swords can slow you down or rapidly age you. You
You
know.
know what scene I really liked this week? I thought it was sweet. I liked Steve going and to see Jada,
Because of the connection that he
comforting
had with
her,
Marcus.
basically being her dad, and he embraced her at the end of the scene and said, "My extra little baby girl."
Yes, that's super awesome to see, 100%, and it's something that the fans have been calling for. The ones that comment on social media, they've been like, "We're come on, we're Steve and Jada." We loved apparently the Steve and Marcus Hunter relationship, friendship duo was very good television.
Oh, I think it was probably Steve John kind of television.
Kind of, yeah. Like John became the new the new Marcus or whatever. But
Yeah.
like Marcus Hunter, who's Jada's dad, big
Yes.
prominent, and then we lost the actor Stephen Biggs like in the early 2000s or something like that. So
Mhm.
it's been a long time since he's been passed away.
Mhm.
So it's good to see a
Yeah.
little bit of a reminder of yesterday, a little bit of history of Steve Johnson. Like I was saying, I don't know anything about Stephanie, the character. Like Abigail Klein could go be a cheerleader and have done 80 movies and all that, and wonderful for her. Stephanie Johnson, I don't know crap about.
Mhm.
Before her opening the door to shirtless Alex while she's with Chad, like that is when the character was born to me, and they don't seem to reference much, if anything, that happened before. And then they talked about this whole Seattle thing, and then they had Bob Ritt on, and it
Mhm.
just seemed like Stephanie was new.
It did. It did. But evidently no.
Steph has been in and out with different actresses, says Jeannie.
Oh.
And then Michelle says Stephanie used to be a race car driver.
Huh.
I can see it. Remember when Danica Patrick was just the center of racing?
Yes.
I can see it. I can see
I
it.
can see it too.
I could just see her in an Indy car taking the helmet off and her hair just
Yes.
herbal essences. Herbal essences. All right. Belle already sees the real EJ. That didn't take long. All it took was one crime, and she's like, I'm off of this joystick.
Yeah. And I don't know why she was jumping on that pogo stick to begin with.
And then crying in Marlena's arms and stuff. And I'm just, dang, you fell hard quick for this EJ.
Uh-huh.
Goodness. Just whatever remaining feelings she had about EJ before were incredibly rekindled very quickly. And now they're
Yes.
smushed once more. Because she can't get over kidnapping.
No.
So that's it. That's it done. That's it over. And now she's going to prosecute him. Here's the
Yeah.
thing, Ma. You know, we're leading up to the big old, like, who shot EJ question mark?
Yeah.
You know?
And the bigger question is, when is EJ going to get shot?
You know, I saw a little preview of even Gabby pulling a gun out on him. Could be as soon as next week.
And who did I say was going to shoot him?
Gabby. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to do it. At this point, given the whole we need to figure out what to do to stay out of jail, Kristen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on team EJ shoots himself.
On purpose?
Not as in I try to take myself out. But remember, there was this campaign moment leading up to the most recent election where there was a speech and then there was a gunshot and then sadly somebody in the audience passed away and the person who was campaigning pretended to get shot. I can't say it any other way. So maybe EJ could be doing something similar where he, you know, remember the end of Scream when Stu and Billy were stabbing each other, right? And then he's
Yes.
like, remember to get off to the side, avoid the vital organs so I live, right? And then and then he botches it. But hey, mommy, mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. He gets shot in the chest this time, says Jeannie. That doesn't mean that he couldn't have
Oh, boy.
staged it, planned it, had it so Dr. Rolf was ready with another serum just on the outside to wake him up. You know, I just think that it's a possibility that EJ sets it up himself.
You never know.
And then we'll flip it later on and we'll find out that it was somebody else, the whole Stewart thing. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I can't believe Kendall killed Stewart. No, it was Adam or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, it's going to be popping off soon, yes, and I'm looking forward to it. I am.
So I'm I'm on team EJ. Is going to set it up for himself to keep him out of trouble and maybe, get somebody that he doesn't like into some trouble. And so he's supposed to be the new arrival of Stefano. The reason why they said it last week was because we're supposed to believe that he is arisen to the new Stefano status on the show. So I don't know if
Yes.
Stefano would pull off some sort of fake shooting.
I think that, well, you know what? Only not because we watched, but just because the reputation that he has. It doesn't appear that Victor and Stefano, there was just nothing off the table for the two of them. And Stefano even more than Victor.
I get the feeling that Victor was a complicated villain, and Stefano was evil. Because of my olden days watching, and again, it's just the introduction of Victor Kiriakis, in which I don't think that they were planning on having him on the show for 50 years. You know.
Yeah.
But he comes in with a lot of duality, a lot of complication, and a lot of his bad guy nature comes from his thrill and love for competition. He's always trying to get over ahead on everybody. He's got to be the most powerful man in the room. And it's just, the most interesting man in the world, the Dos Equis guy, very similar feeling to Victor Kiriakis. So, he was complicated.
Yeah.
Stefano, though, is evil, and we see that a lot with EJ.
We do see
Where's
it
the
a lot with
redeeming
EJ.
quality? Where's the point where somebody wants to,
And the
Like him.
Damaras, other than good old Chad and Johnny. Johnny, they don't paint him this way, but they're just so power and money hungry. They got more money than their eyeballs can even see. But power, prestige, money, that's all that matters. And it doesn't matter that you already have so much of that. Especially EJ. EJ just wants to be so powerful, and he wants to be in control of every damn buddy. He wants to run Salem.
I run Salem, in the words of Natalie Nunn. I run Salem. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. So, I'm
And he
into it.
can't stand hardly anybody.
So maybe we put some effort in the last couple of storylines to make EJ the new Stefano, and make Xander the new Victor, because Xander also is a complicated former villain. Now, Victor wound up with Maggie. Maggie is a good person.
Maggie
It's
is
not
a-
like marrying Kate, who might influence some of your poor choices. Maggie would want to influence you away from your poor choices.
Absolutely.
We also have clip after clip after clip of comedy with Victor Kiriakis. Did somebody order a hooker?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. So I really think that the charm of John Aniston, the direction that they took the character, the relationships that he forged with those around him in Salem, the anchor that he had with being Bo's dad,
Yeah.
Bo's dad, being in love with Caroline, having a feud with Sean, the original Sean, not our current Sean. All of these things I can see were ways to round out and soften and bring out other aspects of Victor Kiriakis to make him more interesting and keep him around and tell more stories. Stefano did not seem to get the same at all. At all.
No, they kept Stefano he's
Helena.
bad guy.
He's
Just
Helena.
little guy.
You're right. Male
And-
Helena.
And Kristen is not his biological daughter,
No.
but he had a huge amount of influence on how she thought and how she handled things.
Big time. Big time.
And EJ, he got a double whammy because he really is Stefano's kid. And he just thinks the same way his father does. And he had an example as that too. Even though Susan probably told him, don't be mean.
Mean. I'm gonna
But-
be mean, mother.
But I don't think Susan was around him all that much.
So I don't think that Stefano had an Australian accent. Susan definitely doesn't.
No,
So EJ didn't grow up with either one of them.
no. No, he probably put a production or something.
Yeah, I don't really know what the whole story is on
knows?
that. Sandra says, "Oh yes, Stefano was definitely the phoenix. He rose many, many times." She also continues, "Stefano was a character unique unto himself. No other villain was near to Stefano."
Well, man, I'm sorry I missed all of
We
it.
missed all of it. We missed all of it. And I hope to be able to catch some of it in my olden days watching, but Stefano's not on right now. Or in the 85 that I'm watching, it's the introduction of Victor, and Stefano's not on. I don't know what happened to Stefano. I know that he was responsible for Roman's being gone, but Roman has been off the show for 2 years at this point. We have to remember, Ma, that Marlena was on in the 70s.
That's crazy.
That Roman stuff started in the 70s.
That's crazy.
Or early 80s. I don't know exactly. But Marlena definitely was on in the 70s. I don't know when Roman was exactly introduced. But a lot of that, like her relationship with Roman, is older than her relationship with John. And she's known for her relationship with John. Just the, it's wild that there's still so much passion for both relationships. And still so much emotion, too. Because we lost Drake Hogestyn and Wayne Northrup within 12 months of each other.
Sure did.
Which were the two actors that she had made her fame with. So it's just wild how long this character's been on and how long this actor's been on the show.
So, and Wayne and Lynn's son is going to be on Days, right?
Yes, I reached out to the Days publicity people to try to see if we can talk to Hank Northrup, and she said that he's not going to be on for a while.
Okay.
And so to wait and then ask later.
Okay. Because they do have so much they can.
Yeah.
That he could very well not be on our screen for another 6 to 7 months.
I got the feeling too that Days publicity was annoyed. Not by me, but by over the fact that people knew that Hank Northrup had been cast and is on Days of Our Lives, and she's just wait a little bit, please.
Yeah.
The sense that I got was like, soap press really ran with this when we weren't ready for them to.
Right. Well, they probably ran with it because Wayne just passed away.
Yeah. And then, somebody says something to their hairdresser, and then the hairdresser says something to somebody who then tells Soap Central, and it's considered a legitimate thing, and totally is.
My heart really goes out to their Northrup family and to Lynn, because they lost him to Alzheimer's, and we know all too well what that looks like and what the process is, and it's nothing fun about it. And my heart just goes out to Lynn that she slowly saw her husband disappear, even though he's right in front of her. That is not easy.
Totally a perspective and POV thing. I have no idea how Lynn Herring felt the entire time.
Well, they were still married.
I know it's not easy for people, that's for sure. Yeah. That is for sure. Let's see, Jada and Sean got it on. Jada feels very bad about it.
Jada was stupid on that.
Yeah, she was.
That was...
But then also from her point of view, like her relationship, it just could
Jada, quit hanging around with Stephanie, okay? Because her juices are jumping on you.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't know
true.
what to do with them.
That's true. But also at the same time, from her point of view, she had been left at the altar, and Rafe had done the things with the stripper. Mm-hmm. So from her POV, she had a Molly moment, a GH Molly moment.
Yeah, and now she's like, oh crap.
Well, luckily, Rafe's not going to remember nothing.
No.
He can't remember Schnitt, the CRS. And
he cannot remember her.
No, and so now she can play it off as, oh, my loving husband. Once they figure out that Rafe is Rafe.
But Rafe something did happen to him when he heard the word fiance. Something clicked. Something seemed familiar.
My fiance?
Right?
I don't have a fiance.
He didn't know what in the heck it was.
What's a fiance?
Something.
Yeah,
because he reacted to the word fiance.
We're going to have to see how it unfolds. This is one of those unpredictable ones for me. Because Days could either keep this going for 3 months or they could have it going for 2 weeks. Because they've done both.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. They had... Well, yeah, they had Abe not having amnesia for a long time.
Long time. A long time. And then we also take a look at like the Carrie arc. That's over. Even this Arnold Rafe thing. I didn't expect it to be so abruptly finished.
No, I didn't think they were gonna. I thought that maybe we would have a Rafe Arnold moment. I was hoping for it actually.
Yeah, I
love that.
we might still.
We might
Maybe
still.
Arnold's an Aramid now.
Well, he could be. You know, who knows? EJ didn't say what he did with him. He just said he's been taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
He has
Mm-hmm.
no idea.
No.
We have no idea what taken care of actually means.
Well, maybe he's actually out of there now. And it turns out that Rita's just a very skilled assassin.
Well, Rita will do anything for that family. What the heck are you thinking? Are you going to tase people and stuff?
We're going to find out that she's actually Stefan's mom.
And I said this earlier when we were just talking to ourselves and you guys weren't here and you don't realize it. But when when Rita tased him, tased Arnold, it was good. I thought Galen really sold it.
He did. He did. He did. So Shane Donovan, Shane Donovan.
Of course.
He had this old partner in crime or partner in justice, because he was James Bond. He was secret agent, ISA secret agent. He came into town like he was Anna,
Secret agent man. You know that song?
Yes, I do. But yeah, so he was responsible for he's the law enforcement that is aware of Victor, right, during his introduction, and that's what pulls him back into the biz, back into the game and all that. But he needs help. It's not, he can't handle it on his own. He needs help from the ISA, and so he calls his old friend, this older woman. I don't want to call her an old woman because I can't tell how old somebody was in 1985 because people look different. But it was this woman. Her name is Peachy.
Say it again.
Peachy.
Peachy.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
Peachy.
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 Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Peachy. Not Peaches. Peachy.
Peachy.
Yeah. And she is this salt of the earth, like, not dainty woman.
Okay. like okay, like a salt of a woman, like a farmer kind of outback chick, or like a hippie. Which one?
Not even, not in, maybe that's the wrong phrase to use, but she was somebody that, she pulled no punches.
Oh, okay.
She would tell it like it is.
Somewhat like my mother.
Somewhat like your mother, yes. But she was also incredibly skilled at this undercover ISA stuff, where she played the maid and she played this and she played that, but she was really putting up cameras and being involved and such. And they have really fun interactions with each other because he would allude to previous missions that she was really successful on that were like these deep assassination projects and like she's a cold-blooded killer is basically what they try to lay down about this Peachy person. Oh, she's so fun. She makes me think of Rita, just from the chemistry that she has with the scene partners, with what it is that in her skill set she's able to just pull out in a moment's notice. How the entire story that I've seen up to this point has been one step ahead of Shane and one step ahead of Victor, and is just this valuable character when it comes to this whole arc of things. And it's fun to see. It's fun to see.
Yeah, and I think EJ, he should pick in Rita's brain for everything because she's been around. She's been a Demera employee forever. She was involved in all of Stefano's stuff. She'll obviously do anything to protect the Demera family.
She should be the voice of Stefano in EJ's ear. You know what Stefano would do?
Exactly. That would be fun. That would be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, and she can remember scenarios that perhaps EJ was too young for or not involved in and he doesn't even know about.
Very much
Oh, I
like
can tell
Peachy.
ya, in 1983, this is what your dad did.
Oh, Peachy, you remember what we did in 1983 over in Amsterdam, don't you? Oh, I do, my dear. Yes.
That would be good.
Yes. I'm with it. And just bring Shane Donovan back. I just need more Charles Shaughnessy in my life.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. Anyway, it's 10:30 now. We're leaving. Class is dismissed.
And you guys, we're technical difficulties do happen every once in a while.
They do. I'll try my best to notice earlier, but with absolutely nothing other than a stopped clock, I definitely had stuff. The advantage was not mine.
Yeah, and what led us to even realize what was happening is because the chat stopped speaking.
Yeah, you guys were so silent that I was like, they're bored. Our podcast is so lame. Like, they're not engaged. They're not watching. They didn't care about Days of Our Lives this week, and they don't care about us.
Oh
But
my
nope.
God.
We were just talking to each other.
Yeah, we were.
But you know what? That's how this started. We didn't have a live audience when we started.
No, we didn't.
All those years ago. All right, folks, get out of here. Mysterio, do you both think that Days would have been bland if the Demirs were not part of Days? It's hard to say. Because if it wasn't the Demirs, it would be somebody else.
Yes. Yes. Without a family like the Damaris, yeah.
Totally
that would
bland.
be really missing.
Totally. Thank you very much for your contribution, Rey Mysterio. I didn't know that we had a famous wrestler here to watch. How's your son, Dominic? Your daughter, Aaliyah? Are they wrestling? I think they are. All right. Thank you very much, Mysterio and Sandra and Jeannie and James and Michelle and everybody else that joined us this week for Days for Dummies. We'll be back next week with more Days for Dummies, live, 9 a.m., uninterrupted, Pacific time, that is. We'll be back in about half an hour. Talk about General Hospital 10th Floor podcast coming up, so that's exciting. And then at 1:30, we're going to be back again. But it's not just going to be Mad Cat in the chat. No, indeed. It's going to be with Fido Xavier, a daytime TV director.
And
Julie Dove, a daytime TV actress.
our cockadoodie.
Cockadoodie Connie. So come on back, join us all day long as we continue talking about soap operas. Subscribe to the channel if you had a good time. Like the video if you enjoyed it.
Please.
And we'll be back in a little while. Thank you, folks. Goodbye.
Bye. Swing for the fences.
Swing for the fences, folks. Sorry, I'm hearing stuff happen.